Our very special guest is the commanding officer of the New York City Police Department School Safety Division, Assistant Chief Brian Conroy. Brian Conroy is making his second appearance on our show. He was here 3 years ago. Chief, thank you for coming back.
Good morning, Greg. Glad to be here.
I'm very pleased to announce that we have a settlement with the city in school safety, which will help the recruitment of school safety agents. There was a lawsuit that was settled in collective bargaining that the school safety agents will now have parity with the other peace officers we represent, and the salary is going to go up from $35,000 in this collective bargaining agreement to $47,000 at top pay.
Greg, I think that's great. I think we all talked about it, that the agents certainly were in need of a raise and deserved a raise, so I'm really glad to see they got it. And not only is it going to help with recruiting agents, it's going to increase the morale of our current agents, but also we're at a time now where we're trying to get agents to become police officers. So, we've seen in the past some of our best police officers were former school safety agents. So this also will help move that process along also, and hopefully help that process also. So we'll get new agents. Our agents will be happier in the work, and we'll hopefully get more agents to become police officers.
Yes, unfortunately, one of the two police officers that were killed in Brooklyn, Officer Ramos, was a former school safety agent, and he was one of the individuals who benefited from the promotional, I would say, ladder going from a school safety agent to the police department.
Yes, he was, and obviously he was a tremendous officer, and unfortunately was killed in a tragic act of violence.
Yes, and I'm also pleased to have that announcement made, because with the increase in salary, we're going to see more individuals who want to come into the police department, probably come into school safety, and then the police department will have a look and see how these individuals perform, their attendance, the temperament on the job, and everything else. And I think that would make a better police officer. So it's sort of like, I would say, a minor league tryout to become a police officer. So the department will actually get to watch these individuals and see how they perform under pressure and in the uniform.
You're absolutely right. And first of all, they go through a extensive training program in a police academy, the same police academy that police officers go through. We just increased the training, and we've enhanced the training for school safety agents. So, yeah, you're getting somebody there who's getting a lot of training. They're peace officers. They become peace officers when they graduate. They're working in schools where some of our very large, certain large schools. So no better experience than you're working with people every day. You're not just working with students every day, but you're working with parents, you're working with teachers, you're working with principals. So you're getting a lot of field experience on how to work with people, and also at the same time keeping students safe every day.
And speaking about keeping students safe, what does the statistics tell us about safety in the schools today and efforts to make our schools safer? Rates continue to decline. We're down 8% for the year.
That's correct, and that's good news. And we continue to have a decline over the last several years. We've been down. In fact, we're down at this time to the lowest point it's ever been in well over a decade. So they're doing a tremendous job in keeping our schools safe. That doesn't mean we don't currently still have issues and concerns. We're still recovering weapons. As a matter of fact, we have an increase in weapons so far this year. We're up to 8 firearms that are recovered. School safety agents have done a tremendous job. We just had 2 weeks ago in one of our Manhattan schools, an agent uncovered a gun on a student inside a school. So again, tremendous work they do. They're not armed. However, they do a great job in keeping those schools safe, and sometimes obviously facing some dangerous situations. So our schools are doing great. The agents are doing great, and we can say that over in line with the crime statistics going down. We've also been working with the city, working with advocacy groups to reduce the number of arrests and summonses by school safety agents and police officers inside of schools, and we've had tremendous success with that also. So we're down over the last 2 years, down over 50% arrests and down in over 60% in summonses. So at the same time that we're down in crime, we're also doing less enforcement, do more positive things inside the school. And that comes along with the increased training that the agents have gotten in conflict resolution and de-escalation and collaborative problem solving. So all the way around, the news is a lot of good news.
What do you see in the future for school safety? Are there any more, I'd say, changes, elite groups that you have? Because you have a program called My School Has Rhythm. You have a nice community safety, school safety division, community outreach division. Do you see any more divisions coming out of school safety?
No, we do
special
a
programs?
tremendous amount. We're trying to, school safety works with students. There's a lot of school safety agents who do volunteer work that goes sort of unnoticed by us here. However, not unnoticed by parents and teachers within their schools that they do work with students. But we do an Explorer program. We have the largest Explorer program within the police department, and we've been expanding that Explorer. So we got more agents and our police officers getting involved in volunteering to be post leaders inside Explorers. We're doing My School Has Rhythm program. We're working with some other groups that have doing after-school program, whether it's sports or there's additional learning or tutoring programs. So the agents are very involved. The school day, people think of your school day as you come in at 7 o'clock and you leave at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't work that. Most of our schools, there's a lot of after-school programs. The agents are there till sometimes 8, 9 o'clock at night, and they're back there on weekends because there's a lot of weekends events in school. So, it's not just that school day that our agents involved. It's a much larger operation and a much larger responsibility than just that school day itself.
Can you tell us what the Explorer program is about? Because I know we say Explorer. I know what it is. Our listeners may not.
Well, Explorer program, it's a tremendous program. So that's where we get young teenagers, start off in middle school into high school, to join and explore a post inside that school. And with that post comes a police officer or a school safety agent or both who works with them to share what the police department is like. Takes them on field trips, give lesson plans on what it's like to be a police officer, but also develop a strong bond with those students. When I go to events, with Explorer events, it's amazing the bond you see between the school safety agent and the Explorers. They go to a summer camp. We take them on trips during the school year, and they do military exercise drills. It's just a tremendous thing, and there's a bond there that develops. And certainly, we hope that person goes on to college or hopefully even down the road gets involved in law enforcement. But whatever direction they go in a positive way, that's what we're trying to accomplish. Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us about My School Has Rhythm?
So this is just something new. We just said we're as you know, we just started that this fall. Lieutenant Gabby Slaber in our community outreach program started this. So we got several schools involved in getting kids together who are going to create a song that says about, hey, how to do things the right way, and we're going to make a contest out of it. How to not be in gangs, how to go to school. So how to shoot for the best you can be in life. So we're having that contest, and it's coming up in April here now, where we're going to have the finals for that. But that's just another program, and I have to thank the Teamsters Local 237 has been very supportive of that program, and which is another example of how we're all working together to do what's right for the kids and coming up with some new ideas. That sort of fits in what the kids like to do. What do they like to do? They like to sing and dance, and that this program incorporates that into it.
We're going to also go out and we're going to film that program and put it on our cable broadcast, and possibly we may be able to put it on the radio also.
And I know that we're looking to do that, and I also have to say that your representatives that are out in the field every day with the agents are certainly very supportive to the agents itself, but also to the School Safety Division as a whole. So we certainly appreciate that.
Is there any message that you would like to convey to the school safety agents that are listening?
Yes, I would. So, in general, we have award ceremonies and everything for people who go above and beyond. But I also just like to, and I do this when I visit schools or I get the chance to meet with agents at any time, to remind them that the work they're doing every day is just a tremendous service they provide to the people of the city of New York, to the students of the city. That every day keeping that school safe is just it's a challenge, but it's also a tremendous responsibility. But it's also a great reward and an accomplishment that we've done such a tremendous job of doing that over the many years, well before I got here. They've been doing this for a long time, and that every day just being there. Times I get the comments from so many people that, I love my school safety agent, I love my level 3. And if I go by a school and I'll see these young students getting out of school and running up and hugging the agent as they're leaving the school, it's something really, something to see that really kind of shows you exactly what they do there every day. So I certainly appreciate it. I know the department, the police commissioner, Bratton, appreciates it a lot. When the chief of the Community Affairs Bureau, who oversees school safety, Chief Joanne Jaffe, they really do have a tremendous appreciation of what the school safety does every day.
You've been listening to Reaching Out. I'm Gregory Floyd, President Local 237 Teamsters. With me, my very special guest was Assistant Chief Brian Conroy, New York City Police Department, School Safety Division. Thank you, Chief, for coming on Reaching Out.
Thank you for having me.